Welcome to the first Geography Geek support session, helping you with your A-level NEA. This is going to be a series of 8 sessions, and this session we're going to start at the very beginning and we're going to look at choosing a title. The title to your NEA is really important, because if you get this step wrong, then it's really difficult to come back from that. Now, actually choosing a title is quite straightforward. The first place to start is get yourself a copy of the AQA spec. You can do your NEA about absolutely anything that is in that AQA spec, even if your school doesn't study that. So for example, if you don't do the urban module, but you really want to do a piece of urban coursework, that's absolutely fine. So the first thing is go through the spec and try and choose something within the spec that you find interesting. Because if you find it interesting, well, this is a long process, so you're going to be much more likely to achieve success. Let's say you've been looking at the population module and maybe even the changing places module, and you're really interested in the impact of green spaces on mental health. Well, your title could be something about what are the impacts of green spaces on your locality, or what are the quality of green spaces, or can you find out whether or not those green spaces enhance people's quality of life. Now, you're going to need to think of a proper title, because what I've just said there is just a little bit too wishy-washy. So it could be something along the lines of, what are the impacts of green spaces upon the people of, and then you put the name of your town or locality in it. Now, when you've got that overall title, that's a little bit vague, and it's really hard to then actually answer that unless you come up with some key questions. And key questions basically means breaking that overall aim down into 3 things that you actually can go out and prove. So with green spaces, for example, you could set out to look at the environmental, economic and social benefits of green spaces. And your 3 key questions could be, what are these 3 different impacts? We'll worry about how you're going to collect that data later, but you can probably see already there are things that you can go and collect to try and find out whether that's true. You could approach your key questions in a different way. It could be, for example, that your first key question is, where are the green spaces in that particular area? It could be, what new green spaces are planned for that area? There's almost no bars to what you can do with your key questions. As long as it's something that fits the overall title and it's something that you can go out and measure, then that's absolutely great. When you've got a title and you've got your key questions, get yourself a title page set up. A title page will just make sure that you can remember what you decided that you were going to go and study. And that should have things on it like your overall title, your 3 key questions, your name, your candidate record number, which you can find out from school or college, and your centre number. Next session, we're going to look at the layout of your NEA so that you can get it right from the start and there's no going back and doing corrections later on.